Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. You don't even know what day it is because we produce these shits and put them out whenever the fuck I feel like it, whenever I got time. But on a more serious note, have you or a loved one been affected by the coronavirus? Have you or any of your loved ones been affected by the breathing mask or the gloves that you have to wear? If you have, please contact our lawyer at 281-330-8004. Is the number you can hit me on. When you call, ask for Mike Jones. But we back into this daily thing, baby. You know what it is. I am your pseudo-sexual, king sexual, super chocolatey, delicious mahogany god himself. C. Turner, Mr. Westside 904, Jacksonville, Florida, stand up. And my right-hand man on my left-hand side, but he's still my left-hand man on my right-hand side. Mr. South Suburbs. Mr. the third of his name. The third in the lineage of great men. Mr. West Coast. Big Game James. What's going on with you, baby?
Hey, what's good, America? What's good, CT, man? It's been a minute. I'm glad to be back. Let me tell you about what really is going on. So, you know I live by, like, Stanford University, right?
Yeah.
So, I've been working way too many hours because I suck at my job right now, but I'm getting paid.
Okay. Right, that is all that matters.
Hey, did you know that there's an East Palo Alto?
I did not at all.
I'll tell you something. It is exactly what I imagined it would not be. I felt so at home. I felt so at home.
They got a hood.
Like I said,
they got a hood by Stanford.
Like, they got no. It's the hood, and I mean every bit. Like Stanford's 2 miles down the street. It's literally like USC, and Kendrick Lamar's house is like in their backyard. Like it's actually pure California. So I wanted to just give a shout out to East Palo Alto, you know what I'm saying? And I found out because the guy I was riding with today, he's from there. He said he's with Myrtle Capital of the United States. I said, I can see. Makes sense.
Jesus.
Look it up. Just hit you with something. Put some respect on East Palo Alto.
I will indeed.
Real Palo Alto.
I will indeed.
That's my intro today because that's how I'm going to talk about work. But, dude, we got to get.
Oh, yeah. This is all. Matter of fact, this is none of our gets. He put his damn self on the show. That's what it came down to.
Ain't that a bitch? I mean, who just calls you? Man, he didn't call you. He walked up to you and said,
Yeah, I'm on the show.
That's crazy.
Like with Bazemore, it was like, with Bazemore, we talked about some NCAA things. I talk shit about Baze all the time. It happens. With Jamon, with Jamon, we were talking about NBA stuff. He was an NBA guy. It happens. This dude just deboed. Yeah, I'm on the show the next time we do it. So the fuck is up? So,
I mean, I'll do the intro. You guys see the down there, Dallas Leslie, one of my OGs. And if you guys are looking for why he's on this show, I'm going to start out with this. Obviously, we have a 5-star. Go ahead, do the 5-star flex for him. It's all right. I mean, listen, if I had arms like that, I'd flex too. Looking like he could be an extra in the new Shazam movie coming out. Anyway. But this dude, we got getting ready to turn his screen on in just a minute, man. His credentials speak for themselves. This guy was the athlete of the year in his hometown of Billings, Montana. Which by that makes him a legend and arguably the best athlete in his entire state of that year. Because Billings is the biggest city. There's no disrespect, because my baby's there. Y'all see the beauty hat. I'm not dissing Bozeman. I ain't Kalispell, none of y'all. But Billings is twice the size of everybody. Okay? This guy was an All-American at Carroll College. He is one of the top the Carroll College up there.
There you go.
Okay. He, I believe, and he can correct me, but at the time he left, had set the single season record for most receptions and yards and touchdowns in the season. And he might still have that record. I'm talking it was like 70 plus, for 1,300 plus, for 10 plus. So this guy is legit. And on top of that, if you need somebody to go oppo and bat 900 in the softball tournament, this is your guy right here. When he wants to. Not anymore. He old now, but, So his credentials speak for himself. He can do it all, brand new socks and draw. And I'll give it to him. I'm going to be nice to start. Not a bad golfer. That's why I'm wearing the golf shirt today in honor of him. Ladies and gentlemen, my man, $100,000. Turn that camera on, Dallas Leslie. Let America see you.
What is up? What is good, America?
Hey, look at that. He already pronouncing shit all the way out. He didn't take all the things out. He's like, fuck your hat. I'm breaking it down. What it is good.
No,
Welcome to the
no
show,
contractions whatsoever. Just what is good, America?
What is good? So, thank you for the intro, Walt.
Oh, God.
Little over the top, but I'll take it.
It's only fitting.
It's what we do.
And yeah, I'll come out. I'll say it right off the bat. You guys said you're doing a podcast. I said from day one, I'm gonna be on it. Well,
that's true.
Here I am. If I gotta
That's
force
a fact.
my hand, so be it. And I forced it out on the flag football field. So we're here.
Hey,
We're ready. We're ready to rock and roll.
I tell you what, this share button's gonna go crazy in
Shit,
central Montana when they see this dude. And I'm telling you right now, and I'm letting all y'all know, if y'all start watching, we had this discussion when we came on. If y'all start watching because this dude is on, number one, I'm gonna be grateful. Like
Very much so.
Paying attention
Very much
to
so.
us. Maybe you'll go back and watch the other 20 some odd that we've done. But I'm also gonna say, come on, man. Like, for real, like I personally plan on having Chris Turner slap the hell out of all y'all. Because he's the ass
At me,
gonna have me
bitch.
fight me guy.
You
I'm a
can
guy
at me.
like,
At
I'm
me, I
losing
got
weight.
time.
I'm losing weight, so my slap ain't got the power. I'm trying to get this golf swing together for my annual ass whooping I take in golf from that dude down there. So, But
You're
you know
welcome.
what? Dallas, what I loved about what you've done, you already came up with the format of the show. So
Yeah.
what's on your mind, man? What you want to talk about to begin with?
And we've talked about some of these topics, beforehand, and I was thinking about it today, and here, I'm gonna be real honest. So I was late to the party on The Last Dance, okay, and so I'm playing catch up on that. I know. Don't shake your head at me, Turner. I know.
That was my give me a minute for like a month.
Yeah, and so it really came. It's coming to fruition for me. Looking at the NBA this year, and what we're dealing with COVID, and what is it gonna mean this year if the NBA can finish? They had games going today. They're getting ramped up, and they're gonna start their regular season. And then after a handful of games, they're jumping in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. So my initial question to both of you, if this thing goes start to finish and we get to crown a champion, what does that mean for the champion? Let's just start there, no matter who it is. What is this championship going to mean in the NBA?
If you guys don't mind, I'm going to go first because I'm the guy who speaks from pure ignorance and no facts whatsoever. So, it don't mean shit. Call it what it is. Like, you get that nice little asterisk by that championship. And this has nothing to do with LeBron because I am a self-confessed LeBron hater. And I don't hate him because of anything he does. Like, I respect him as a man. I respect supremely what he does off the court. But first of all, ain't nobody ever killed somebody over a pair of LeBrons. I done seen plenty of people get shot over some Jordans. Anyway, so my whole point is it doesn't mean anything. Like, it means something because, okay, yeah, you get a title, you get the ring and all the other good stuff. And yes, you go down in the record books as the 2020 champion. But you better have that little asterisk by that championship because 82 games is a long time to go night on, night off, take 2 days off, night on, night off, week off for the All-Star game, and then night on, night off again for the next 40 nights or whatever. So fatigue plays a role in every sport that you play, every sport. So to be able to go to the bubble and throw a couple scrimmage games, and let's be honest, you already kind of know what the rank is going to be. It is what it is. So to be able to go to the NBA bubble, how many games is it, like 10, 12 games to warm up?
Yeah, like 10 to 13, right in that range.
Right. So you get a nice little mini preseason, and then you're straight into the playoffs. So this doesn't speak to attrition, fatigue, injuries, all this other stuff. Only thing you can hope is that somebody tries to sneak in some Instagram chick and knock her socks off for a little while, and then that person has to quarantine. So also on the same note, there's an NBA snitch line. All you got to do is say, hey, I don't know if somebody needs to know this, but I saw LeBron. He left the bubble for a couple of hours, and then LeBron's out for 14 days. I'm just saying. So to me personally, and I'll pass it along because, like I said, I speak from ignorance. You have to have an asterisk by this championship.
It was such a good one, and in the last 2 minutes, he actually said shit. And you know what? But it was factual. That's why I love this fucking show. I didn't think about any of that. That's exactly what the fuck I would do. I would bring an Instagram hoe and somehow sneak her into the park and put her in Giannis Antetokounmpo's room. Like, yeah, he's out.
That's 2 weeks.
I know he's happily married and has a kid and all that. Now, fuck that. I'm finding a way. And I'm getting footage. Like, hey, you better have a Pixel 11 or something. Like, I need a clear photo. Get it. You know, I'll hop in next, and I won't necessarily go there because I've got the Hooper, you know, on the line.
Yeah.
And I think you brought up some good points. And I'll ask rhetorical questions to kind of answer some of that stuff. So does that mean LeBron's first championship is an asterisk too? Because I think what happens with this is if LA, and I mean the Lakers, somehow win, that's where the asterisk is going to come from. If it's everybody else,
it doesn't matter.
It's dope. So I will give props to a guy that I don't take time to give props to on the show because I am a reformed LeBron likable guy. I only hated him when he was in Miami. That's all it is. And I've told Chris for years because he should have came to Chicago. It would have meant more if he came to us. His championships there would mean more. It's like he has one. And you know it, and everybody knows it. When he said, I'm taking my town to South Beach, everybody rolled their goddamn eyes except for all the area codes in the state of Florida. What do y'all got? 305, 786? What's another one?
904, baby. 561
21
850.
All them bullshit.
8004.
Yeah, you know. If he'd have went anywhere else, you keep that up because that's first and foremost.
I just want to say one thing. Can I say one thing?
I want to say
one thing. I just want to say one thing, and then you and Dallas can finish it.
That's all that is about them titles.
I just want to say one thing. My entire give me a minute is about Chicago.
Oh, I know, and I already know where it's going to go, and I don't think that's fair at all to take those type of shots.
I don't know. Well, you might actually, but I just want to say, but go ahead.
You're taking shots. I actually thought about talking about it myself, but I figured you had it. So that's one. The other part about this and what we see, it's a good thing that we can see because I'm going to go ahead and maybe drop a dime just so I know the other topics. If they can get through this without the vaccine that's going on now and have a very clean thing happen, it's going to mean good things for guys like us that are not going to know what the hell to do if it's Labor Day. There's not a football game on, at least by now. We kind of know the NCAA is a different predicament, and we'll deal with that when it's time. But if we don't have Thursday night football after we're all together for what will be probably the greatest live podcast show in the history of podcasts. Let's just cat's out of the bag. Yes, we're going to all be together, three of us, and there's going to be a cast of characters. In this world.
Characters don't even describe it.
So if we don't have a game after that weekend of all coming together and celebrating marriage and really the beginning of football, I I really won't know what to do with America, because the one thing that I will say, because I've said a lot of things throughout this show, and I've meant everything I've said. I've talked about the anthem. I've talked about mentality. I've talked about all the shit. But I can tell you one thing. With three guys here, sports is a unifying thing. And you know what? Even when you got bullshit going on in your locker room, look at what's happening with the Saints. I wouldn't bet against them. Their quarterback is the most hated guy in the world, and that quarterback's a Hall of Famer. Do you want to play that team? Drew Brees may not throw an interception all year. So that's what I have to say about sports and what it can do and what we all need. And let's just be honest, man. If you don't live in Montana, good for you two. You are bored out of your mind. Callie, when did you start that book? Okay, like my fiance works for a company that is attached to Google, one of the biggest companies in the world, right? So she has shit to do. She has nothing to do. She finished a 400-page book in 2 days. Like, we need sports. Like, even she's like, fuck, like, we don't have football. Like,
I hadn't read 400.
I need my Sundays where you are like annoying to the TV and not to me. Like, it's gonna fuck up a lot of our lives if we don't have our NFL Sunday, because our women need us to go be assholes with each other, and then they can chime in. She's the best. She chimes in because her fantasy team did way better than mine last year, so that was fun. So
it's not hard to do.
So I know we jumped to football, but I think the whole asterisk thing, it's only if LeBron and them win. And the best part is they're not going to win. Take it away.
So I guess this is where the diversity really comes to play. Because
This is the moment?
This is the moment. Because I wholeheartedly disagree with both of you. Okay?
Oh.
So and so here's why. Okay.
I like this.
If this bubble goes through, like you said, completely clean, we have all the top guys, all the teams are intact, and they had to have their season. Imagine having that. I mean, you guys were high-level competitors. I mean, you are starting to ramp up for the playoffs, that home stretch, and it is shut down in the middle of it. And now all of a sudden you're at home on a break. Okay. So now you're in this question of, man, are we going to have a season? What's health going on? Not to mention all of the social aspects of Black America right now. That the NBA is so far ahead of every other league.
Oh, fuck yes.
Yes. So just put that to the side. And now they're going to this bubble where, I mean, we've never seen anything like this. Anything. And you're taking a 2-month playoff run. I mean, 2 months. It's not like the playoffs. It's not like the NFL playoffs. It's not like even the MLB is, where momentum is the next day starting pitcher. The NBA playoffs are a 2-month haul. I mean, it's an absolute grind. If every team stays healthy and all the top guys got to go through the playoffs in this bubble, I think that championship is elevated, no matter who wins. Because we are in such unprecedented times that we're not ever going to see anything like this. But it has to be complete health. We can't see Giannis in the Eastern Conference Finals all of a sudden out for 2 weeks. We can't see James Harden first round test positive out for 2 weeks. So that's where the struggle, I think, is going to come in for the NBA, because, one even starter, significant starter on a playoff team that ends up testing positive could throw off the entire playoff picture.
Everybody but one team. There's only one team. You don't have to worry about that. And that's who's going to win this championship. Like the coronavirus, I almost think their owner might be a part of it. I mean, I love the guy. He's one of the coolest dudes on earth, Dallas. Like, And I'm just talking shit because I don't want to miss a chance to meet the guy I'm talking about, you know. But there's only one team that's built to win this because of their depth and what they did. So it's theirs to lose because if they lost a guy, they got a guy.
Yeah.
There's one guy they can't lose, but they got a bunch of other guys that can get it done around that guy. They're due, and in America, we talked about it. It's the LA Clippers. They're so dumb deep. They're 6 through 10 as a starting five that could make the playoff if they had played 65 games.
Okay.
They have 3 starting point guards. 3 of them. Who the fuck has 3 fucking starting point guards on their team? That's okay. Is this the record? That might be the earliest F-bomb that high in the show.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's just Doc Rivers just doing Doc Rivers thing. Chi-Town, stand up. Take that shit, Turner.
The Clippers are, in my opinion, the favorites. But you cannot tell me that if they stay healthy and the Lakers stay healthy and everybody else in that bubble stays healthy and the Lakers end up winning this title, because it's LeBron, they're the media darlings.
Yeah.
You know, so they're going to be the favorites on everybody's piece of paper. But if they somehow come out of this, you cannot tell me that there's an asterisk next to that championship for LeBron.
Here's
for
here's
him.
why
Yes,
I put.
I'm saying it's an asterisk. I'll let you go, Chris. I'm saying it's an asterisk because it's LeBron James. Not. You understand? Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just
like
though.
They're gonna put they, not me. It's a championship to me. I don't give a shit. If we play 3 games and it's for a title, fuck that shit. And I've done that. You know, unlike you guys that played them 4 games and got Sanchez. You got Sanchez. Shout out.
Anyway.
Heard about it. Good shit, man. Shame on you, Travis. Shame on you. Okay.
Anyway.
I hit him in the bad spot. I hit him in the hands.
My whole thing about it is.
Trav,
all right, so
if he really did, damn. If he didn't, fuck him up. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
All right, so my whole thing about it is, let's take this back last year, okay?
Okay.
If this happens last year, that means KD doesn't have as much wear and tear on his body to tear the Achilles heel or whatever tendon that was. Like, fatigue and injuries are honestly as much a part of the game as the ball itself.
Mm-hmm.
So if it goes in, it's honestly, to me right now, the NBA is just a glorified AAU tournament. That's all it is. Like, you get a couple games to warm up, make sure everybody's good, don't pull anything, and we'll go from there. But then you got you're right into it. All right, we're seeding. This is where it is. It's 5 games, best of 5. Let's go. Like, it's right now. To me, it's just a glorified AAU tournament because fatigue, taking nights off, shit. The random bitches that are going to be in Boston that are waiting in the hotel. Like, all this is a part of the game. I'm not speaking from experience. First of all, I want to say happy 5-year anniversary to me and my wife. We celebrate 5 years here on Friday. Just want to put that out there. But
you clapping and I'm laughing because I tell you what, I wish I would start with that and then go happy anniversary. Okay.
5 years.
This is dope.
You and me.
5 years.
Mine was
I can't wait for Cal to hear that part back. She's gonna be like, no, she did not.
So, but I'm saying, like, all this is a part of the game, like road trips, airplanes, bus rides, Uber rides from the airport, bad takeout that ends up not being a flu game, but you actually ate some bad pizza. Like, all this is a part of the game. And you don't have that now. Like, now you just have an AAU tournament where it's like the regular season, you're not required, honestly, in the regular season, like, just attrition wins. Talent wins.
Mm-hmm.
In the playoffs, which is down to all this is all right, well, you don't have to worry about the fatigue. You don't have to worry about this. I mean, you've been home for 2 months. You've been training by yourself for 2 months. You've been with your shooting coach for 2 months. Like, let's be honest, James, you know for a fucking fact, James Harden during the regular season, the playoffs last year, didn't go see a shooting coach. He wasn't relaxing all day long. It's the hustle and bustle of the season. So the reason why I put the asterisk is because you didn't get a full season. You didn't get all the distractions. You got a glorified Rucker Park AAU tournament. That's where I get where you're coming from, Dallas. I get it. But my whole thing, it just turns into a Rucker tournament, AAU, not an all-star game, but just an AAU tournament.
So the 2012 title doesn't count.
I would have put an asterisk on that too, man.
There it is. One of my finest. Put an asterisk on your titles.
The only thing I'd say to that is this isn't benefiting one team. It's league wide, so it's not like everybody's getting an advantage from it.
No.
And if anything, a lot of people are gonna make the argument that this is beneficial for LeBron. Let's not forget Kawhi is now the master of load management.
Oh, very much so.
This propels the Clippers in such a way that here's my point. If people don't stay healthy, I'm right on board with you that there's an asterisk.
Yeah.
And that's a big if. I mean, they got a long time in this bubble. Dudes after a month are going to be itching to get out.
100%. And check this out, too. Just to add to the down, let you keep going. Don't lose your thought. They just tested all 346, and they had 100%. So they're at 100% right when they need to be. Go ahead.
And so that's – I think the elevated part, it comes with a big if. And we won't know that if until the very end.
Right.
But I am completely on board. If all of a sudden LeBron faces the Clippers without
LeBron,
PG,
without Kawhi,
even without Patrick Beverly, because let's be honest, LeBron can get a little soft sometimes. Beverly can get up in his grill and shut him down for a quarter in the playoffs. So if they're missing one of those guys, there's going to be an asterisk at the end of it. But
if anybody, I'm just listening. Okay, this is a show where we've been right, and I love that you brought this up. We've been right. Okay, I know we get drunk and we say silly shit, but we're right. Okay, need us remind you. 5 stars going to HBCUs and just saying fuck it.
We called that. Of them.
Yes, you did.
Who's going to get signed first, Cam or Cap? We called it that day.
Yep.
What else have we called? I don't know.
It's Master P and NBA.
Master P,
a bunch of shit.
Recircling. If you go back and listen to so I'm going to tell you exactly what me and Chris told y'all 2-3 shows ago. The LA Clippers will be the NBA champions because of what Dallas just said as an All-American college basketball player. LeBron would have to go through Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Marcus Morris, Patrick Beverly, and Montrezl Harrell. That's 30 fouls.
Hard fouls.
And those first 2 guys you named, those are the 2 best equipped defenders for LeBron in the league.
The best wing defenders in the last 10 years. And they take pride in it. And they'll give you 25 on the other end. And they can take breaks on offense. And then you've got a Marcus Morris who's playoff tested. You got a Lou Williams who all he does is get buckets. My God, this guy was in Lil Bow Wow videos. So that's how long Lou's been in the league. You know what I mean? Shout out Lou Williams, okay? Shout out
Bow Wow.
I love Lou. Lou was
shout out Bow Wow.
Bounce with it.
Hey,
Lou in there with it.
Hey, I love the remix now. Like real shit. This dude played with Allen Iverson, man. That's what you're talking about. They've got all these, and then you got a Reggie Jackson who I loved when he was like that guy, kind of the way that Eric Bledsoe was when he was with Chris Paul in the league, hungry and then he got that money, and he went to go see what it was really like to not play with Westbrook and Durant, and like, oh, damn, okay. And now you got him? You got a bunch of guys that are just like, hey, we here to get a ring. Like, it's like out the West, like, good luck dealing with that shit. And if I'm Los Angeles, I'm telling you right now, and as well, the Portland Trailblazers, I'm calling it right now, will make the run that makes the difference. And if
let me pose this question.
You know what? Fuck it, Chris, I'm doing it, and then I'm gonna let you guys go because I know we got 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
Segment. If Portland plays in, Portland beats the Lakers in the first round.
Oh, I agree.
Just said it. And I'm telling Houston that I said that shit on my show, so I get Houston on the show so we can talk shit about how we beat him, but his brother's cold. All right.
That's true. So let me ask you this question.
Okay.
All right. Kawhi and the Clippers winning.
Okay.
Where does Kawhi now rank in your all-time greats? And I know we only got 5 minutes, and I'm going to throw it just to you two, and then we'll send out another Zoom link and do a whole thing all over again.
Back. The next topic.
But where does Kawhi rank if he gets another Finals MVP with another team that's never done it before?
So, multi-layers to that question, okay? So he does it in the Clippers. You know, to do it, it's like LeBron's title for Cleveland. It almost counts as two.
Right.
To do it for the Clippers. That's his third team now that he's won a title, third different team he's won a title with, and an NBA Finals MVP. Here's my one knock on Kawhi, and take it for what it's worth. I guess it's kind of a knock. Is he's not playing 75 regular season games.
Oh no.
He's not getting, he's not winning a regular season MVP. So we're not seeing, we're seeing greatness at a different time, not an extended period from start to finish. But I think Kawhi winning a third championship for the Clippers, I mean, he's got to be top 15 to maybe talking top 10 all time.
Okay.
I mean, he's got to be somewhere in that range. The only thing, because when you start to compare resumes and greatest of all times, people are going to start to say, where's the MVPs? Does he have one All-Star game MVP? I can't remember. I think he does.
He has one, doesn't he?
I think he's got one.
He has one.
And I think he's got I think he's got one Defensive Player of the Year.
He has that.
Didn't he? I think he got one. So it's not like we haven't seen the greatness in the regular season. And he's never going to get the media fanfare because of his personality.
Are you kidding me? Is the coldest shit ever.
Yeah, but I think he is starting to push, if he wins a title and the NBA Finals MVP. He's in that top 15 and starting to make the argument for top 10 all time.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
so I looked up one stat because I wanted to make sure that I had everybody in regards to Kawhi. Top 15, top 20, not yet, even with the third title. But on the cusp, because they are built to do it and be a dynasty. Like they could win 2 or 3 in the next 4 years, just the way the contracts are set up. And they can all re-opt in and decide if they're done with it after the third season. It's kind of like the way Miami is.
What names do you have? Throw me a couple names you got there, and around that 15 range.
So it's not even the 15 range. This is it. In the history of the NBA, I knew one name. I knew John Sally was this. I had to just check. I didn't want to throw that out there because I want to be right with certain stats. There are only 2 players in the history of the NBA that have won 3 championships with 3 different teams. John Sally is one because I knew that because it was the Pistons, the Bulls, and the Lakers. The other guy is one that all three of us do hold near and dear to our heart. It's Big Shot Bob. It's Robert Horry. It's the other guy. So if you talk about you're the superstar, okay, and it's exactly, and I'm going to tell you why this happens and why it could and why Dow's arguments make sense. Because LeBron knows Kawhi can erase him at any time.
Oh, yeah.
In discussions. Because Kawhi's 2-1. He cost him one. He came back, won the MVP. He went to another team, 1 year, took him to the title. He goes, his team 1 year wins a title. LeBron couldn't do that. And LeBron is humbly aware of that. Like, oh, shit, this could happen. So,
you start.
Yeah. I would
Go
say
ahead.
before it runs out, I could say yes, and I could say top 40 all time. He's got to go back to back, and now we're talking, dude. It could be top 10 that fast. That's just where I'm at.
All right, so before we get into the next deal, I know we got like 15 seconds left. I'm going to be honest with you. We're going to switch into a whole other Zoom call, whole other episode of Anchor. But make sure you tune back into the next episode. This is What's Good America. This has only been segment 1.